and how J.R.R. Tolkien in The Return of the King puts it. All your words are just to say, you are a woman and your part is in the house. But when the men have died in the battle and honor, you have to leave to be burned in the house. For the men will need it no more. But I am the house of Errol and not a serving woman. I can ride and wield blade, and I do not fear either pain or death. Battling stigma, battling patriarchy, battling misogyny, and then battling classy. More than any warrior, women fight battles every day and spring out victorious. Breast cancer is yet another battle, and there are a lot of warriors, Power Rangers who have fought through it. But today, let's talk about those who fall prey of stigma, who are chained by societal norms, who become vulnerable mentally, physically, emotionally, and then being prone to hollow sympathy. Let's embrace reality, taking this crucial issue as the muse for my poetic representation, taking off the blindfold and accepting the harsh veracity. I present a dusty mirror. A dusty mirror hanged on that distant wall. She heard stories that whether tales of past, glimpses of future, or the burning reality of the present, that mirror knows it all. With sweat, weariness, fatigue and pain in that limb, perhaps covering every inch of her body, drawing a line of dignity with vermilion on her crown, putting that veil on her head, carrying her newly born infant close to her chest. She came across that mud brick wall, where the mirror, in its full glory, though laden with dust and filth, was glaring at her, as if in solitude it was trying to howl. With the glamour of her anklets, she moved to see what the mirror has in store for her. She looked into the mirror like a man all unaided in a dreary desert, looking for a few ounces of water to quench his maddening thirst. A dusty mirror hanged on that distant wall. Perhaps she heard stories that whether tales of past, glimpses of the future, or the burning reality of the present, perhaps that mirror knows it all. The mirror showed her the tale of the past. She, being an infant, birthed by her mother, but raised by the stigma, shame, honor, and norms of the society. Traveling and traversing through the annals of past, she cried, but keeping her ideal image intact, she went on to see the future. The mirror, yet again gleaming with glory, showed her the glimpses of that far-flung future. She lying on a deathbed. Her daughter covering her body with the same veil she is now wearing. Looking upon more intimately, she finds something wrong with her body. She finds herself bald, deprived of her thick tresses. She finds one of her breasts being severed and surgery marks racing across that barren area. She weeps in devastation, but the curiosity to see the present takes her wet eyes again towards that mirror. A dusty mirror hanged on that distant wall. She heard stories that whether the tales of past, glimpses of that far-flung future, or the burning reality of the present. That mirror, perhaps that mirror knows it all. The mirror, bustling with pride of its magic, showed her the burning reality of the present. She, having unbearable pain underneath her cloth, she covered perhaps every inch of her body. The weight of that lean infant of hers suddenly seemed to be bone-wrecking. She laid her daughter on the cradle and looked into that very same mirror. Globules of mass forming in her breast. The pain and fatigue seemed to be exhausting and ghastly excruciating. She knew that something is perhaps wrong, that she is ailing. But that thought of ignominy did not let her leave. Neither did it allow her to open the stitches of her mouth, leaving her bereaved. A dusty mirror hanged on that distant wall. She heard stories that whether the tale of past, glimpses of future, or the burning reality of the present, perhaps that mirror knows it all. She saw herself in past, present, and in future, all turning true. And that mirror wanted to see women at the prime of their lives, perhaps not one, but a few. Their shame became their nemesis, their honor snuggled them. Devoid of insight about the life-taking malady, their life became no more than a tragic parody, a dusty mirror. A dusty mirror hanged on that distant wall. She heard stories that whether the tale of past, whether the glimpses of the far-flung future, or the burning reality of the present, perhaps that very mirror, knows it all. Well, the story for her ended here, as she fell into the abyss of that dusty mirror, or you can call it society. It's from here when we need to question perhaps everything. It is on us to question that how many more lives do we need to forfeit into that abyss of ignominy. It is on us to eliminate the bleak holes, to stand for our own selves, to stand on our own feet, to not to surrender ourselves to that paradoxical shame, to not to look into that dusty mirror anymore, to be envisioned, aware, and to be enlightened. Well, I leave you all to ponder and to ruminate. Thank you.